Today I'm going to show you everything that Fidelity has besides their brokerage account that everyone's familiar with. Now, as I've been transferring more brokerage accounts over to Fidelity, I'm looking to see what sort of other products and services does Fidelity have. So most people are already aware of the Fidelity brokerage account, the zero commission trading, the no payment for order flow. That alone crosses out Schwab and E-Trade because both of those receive payment for order flow. Now there's also Fidelity basket portfolios. Now I haven't used this. It's basically a way of bundling a bunch of ETFs or stocks into one group. It's $4.99 a month. So most of you are probably already aware of that. And most of you are probably aware that Fidelity has a cash management account that refunds debit fees around the world. And a lot of you are probably aware of the Fidelity 2% cashback Visa card. Now, this one, I've had this one for a long time. And the great thing about this is it's Visa, so you can use it at Costco. And they're getting rid of I think there's a $25 minimum redemption. That's ending, I believe it's in August. So it's going to get even better. And the money goes to the Fidelity account after it reaches a certain threshold. Now, here's something else that Fidelity has that I haven't taken advantage of yet. Fully paid lending program. You lend out your shares to others for income. Now, there are some risks associated with this, but if you wanted some extra income, that's an extra way of getting income with shares. Here's another thing Fidelity has. Great fixed income bonds and CDs. And they have something new now called fractional CDs. You can invest in a certificate of deposit with as little as $100. Using the screener here, we can select the rate, the amount that we want to invest. Let's just say a couple $100. Next, the period. Here's a fractional CD right here, review and buy. Also, Fidelity has this great fixed income screener. For example, if I want to shop for US Treasuries, I can select a short-term one and I can search and buy Treasuries here. Or I can do a CD ladder and do multiple CDs so that I'm constantly getting income. Now here's something you probably weren't aware of. Fidelity has initial public offerings, IPOs. For example, we can see that MicroStrategy has a IPO coming up July 24th. That's a couple days from now. It shows the offering size. You can view the prospectus. Now this is MicroStrategy, the company that's buying all this Bitcoin. This is a preferred stock and MicroStrategy is doing a IPO for this for the purpose of raising money, and they're going to pay investors 9% per year. And they have the right to buy back this at any time. But you could read through here. This is just one example. And you've got some other companies here also. But unfortunately, the barriers to entry on this one are quite high. I believe you have to have at least $500,000 or you have to be signed up through a Fidelity advisor in order to participate in this. I believe E-Trade doesn't require quite as much money for this. Now, this is E-Trade's IPO page. They also have a similar thing, but I believe it requires less money, but I couldn't find any specifics on what's required to sign up for this. Did you know that you can get a home mortgage through Fidelity? Fidelity has a mortgage program and a home equity line of credit program. Now, this is a referral, Fidelity Mortgage Referral Program. You can get pre-approved for a new home, refinance the mortgage, or get home equity. And this is actually done through a company that Fidelity has an investment in. This is through a company called Leader Bank, which Fidelity has a minority interest in this company. But it is nice that Fidelity offers something like this. Now, E-Trade by Morgan Stanley also offers home loans, refinancing, and home equity as well. And you're probably aware that Fidelity offers options trading for those interested in trading stock options. And Fidelity also offers crypto for those interested in crypto. But did you know that Fidelity also offers life insurance? You can get life insurance quotes for term life insurance right through Fidelity. You put in the information, date of birth, gender, etc., and you get quotes. And you're probably aware that Fidelity has a college savings and health savings accounts where funds can be used for education expenses at schools, and health savings accounts where you can save for qualified medical expenses. And you're probably aware that Fidelity has lots of mutual funds available, including some of the lowest cost mutual funds like the Fidelity Zero Large Cap Index Fund or any of these Fidelity Zero mutual funds, the Total Market Index Fund, Extended Market Index Fund, etc. If we look here at the Fidelity Zero Large Cap Index Fund, expense ratio, 0. No minimum investment and 0 expenses. The only downside is these mutual funds have to stay with Fidelity. They can't be transferred elsewhere. Now, a lot of you are probably aware that Fidelity has bill pay for the cash management account and the brokerage account, the Fidelity account. But did you know that you can find a payee using your credit report? I believe using this option, you'll be able to find credit card companies associated with your credit report and then pay different accounts based on what shows up in your credit report. Now you see it says loading here. And after doing this, you'll see all the accounts associated with your credit report. So if you've got credit card bills with these companies, you can select to quickly pay them. So I think this is pretty nice. Also, did you know that Fidelity has huge transfer limits? The daily withdrawal limit is $100,000. The daily deposit limit is $250,000. And wire transfers are free with a $1 million daily transfer limit. Fidelity doesn't charge to process wire transfers. And this is not a hard limit. If you need to deposit more than $250,000 per day or withdraw more than $100,000, you can call customer service to see your options. Also, Fidelity has a charitable giving account. This is a charitable investment account service where you can pay multiple charities and you can set the percentages for each. And Fidelity will handle the disbursements. Now, there is a fee for this. It's 0.60% or $100, whichever is higher. Fidelity has lots of security. For example, you can turn on this money transfer lock. Now, if I turn on this lock, it prevents transfers between Fidelity accounts, transfers of shares and assets to other institutions, and individual withdrawals. It still allows incoming deposits into the Fidelity account, and it doesn't prevent check writing, but check writing can be disabled. Also, the debit card can be turned off or paused. And it doesn't prevent trading or bill pay, but it does protect quite a bit. For example, you may be traveling and have no plans to transfer money out of your account for a certain period of time, and you can unlock it at any time. Now, this lock is in addition to the FDIC insurance that you get. This covers the cash management account and brokered CDs, and this covers up to $5 million of uninvested cash. There's also excess of SIPC coverage. There's no per customer dollar limit on the coverage of securities, but the per customer limit of $1.9 million on the coverage of cash awaiting investment. Also, there is the Fidelity account for businesses. It's not just for large companies. This could be small companies like a small sole proprietorship. There's also 401ks available. Even self-employed 401k is an option that you can open with Fidelity. Or you can do IRAs for employees. For example, did you know that the self-employed 401k account, you can do up to $70,000 in contributions for 2025? Now, here's something else you probably aren't aware of. Under news and research, there's a thing called alerts. If we click here, we can manage all of the alerts for the account. And you can do anything such as money movement. You can do upgrades, downgrades, electronic fund transfers, when deposits are made, check notifications, transfer of assets, and you can select whether you want it sent to email, whether you want it sent as an app notification, etc. So, for example, one thing that I miss with Fidelity that I used to always get with E-Trade is notifications whenever I got a dividend payment. So we're going to set that up right now. So under accounts, events, and services, mutual fund equity distributions, receive a notification when a mutual fund or equity you hold posts a distribution. So I'm going to select this and you set it up, and I'm just going to set it up for emails. Now you can also do price triggers in here. It's not just account related stuff. For example, we could do Microsoft. If the price, it shows, as soon as you put in the ticker, it shows the price, and then it could say as soon as it crosses, and you can select when it decreases a percentage from the previous close. For example, let's say if it goes down 5%, you can have a notification sent, and you can set up multiple ones. Now, besides advisors, there's also wealth management. This is for people with $500,000 in eligible Fidelity accounts. That's the one option for wealth management. Then there's also private wealth management. Private wealth management is $2 million managed through an eligible account and $10 million of investable assets. And the fee for this is 0.2 to 1.04%. For the smaller one, it's 0.20 to 1.5% advisory fee. And these options may also come with a different set of funds available to invest in than what the retail public can get. But if you have less money than this, like I have less money than this, there's another option also. For example, we can do Fidelity Go. Fidelity Go is a robo-advisor. It automatically will invest based on your risk level, the options that you've selected. And from what I've heard now, you can actually do up to 100% stocks. If you select the right disclaimers, from my understanding, someone said they actually got it to 100% stocks, but it does display some sort of a warning. If you have 100% stocks, it tries to put you in a little bit of bonds. And this one has no advisory fee for balances under $25,000 and 0.35% advisory for balances of $25,000 plus. All it takes is $10 to invest. You can build a strategy based on how much bonds you want, how much short-term, etc. And the great thing about this account is it uses Fidelity Flex funds, which are zero-fee Fidelity mutual funds. And their federal money market fund pays a higher rate than the regular SPAXX account that everyone else gets with the Fidelity account. Here we can see the Fidelity Flex Government Money Market Fund that Fidelity Go invests in. It has a very high 7-day yield of 4.39%. And as you can see, the expense ratio here is 0. They don't charge you any expenses for this. So that's one of the benefits, and the no-cost funds that they use. There's also Fidelity Managed FID Folios. This requires a minimum investment of $5,000. This is a professionally managed portfolio that uses tax-smart investing strategies designed to help you keep more of what you earn. This has an advisory fee of 0.40%. It seeks to approximate the returns of the benchmark. So you've got a bunch of different benchmarks here. Total Market Index, US Large Cap Index. This one currently has around 250 stocks. Invest in some of the largest US companies. Okay, here's a sample index. It's got NVIDIA, Microsoft. This one you'll be able to see all of the stocks that you own. So instead of basically just seeing an ETF or a mutual fund that has the S&P 500 index, it's going to actually list out the stocks. I think that's how this one differs from the Fidelity Go or the wealth management portfolios, but I'm not positive about the wealth management. Did you know that you can create a budget with Fidelity? So you put in your annual income, you put in your expenses. After that, you'll have a budget created, and you can actually modify each of these sections. And you can change the monthly budget. So I could increase or decrease the August 2025 budget also. There's also Fidelity Full View. Fidelity Full View links all of your external accounts and will categorize it under assets and liabilities. It's similar to what Mint used to be. Now I think it's called Credit Karma. But you basically just link your external accounts, and Fidelity will put it in a list with assets and liabilities. So I hope you liked this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and feel free to comment below what's your favorite thing about Fidelity.